but it's still very unknown what it was used for. So these are just some suggestions about it. Now, welcome to day number 2 of my Petra experience. So I'm still a little bit exhausted and my legs are still hurting. It's gonna be alright. But yeah, so today I woke up a little bit later because I thought I saw the main attractions anyway. So today I'm just gonna do some of the trails I didn't do yesterday and I'm gonna show them to you. So, and I'm just hiking up here. So there's the trail. Maybe you remember from yesterday, I walked here and showed you one of the tombs. And now I'm gonna go to the high place of sacrifice, which is further up here. But already the view with the sun, like just, look at this. Wow. It's incredibly beautiful view over the valley here and the cliffs, and I'm in love. I'm just in love. So yeah, now I'm gonna go up the trail and I see you in a second. And I made it to the high place of sacrifice. And this place is incredible. Like from here you can see most of Petra. Just look at the view here. You can even see here down the temples we have visited yesterday. You can also see the winged temple there and the church, which we're gonna see later. And all the royal tombs I showed you yesterday as well. Like you really have like this panoramic view all over Petra, which is really just incredible. And the place itself, it was used for religious or spiritual rites. And you can still see where they had the altar and everything. And just imagine like giving like the blood of a sheep here, like offering it while having this spectacular view. Must have been quite incredible actually. Wow. So yeah, so this is like the top spot if you wanna see like all of Petra with this beautiful panoramic view. So, and from the place of sacrifice, which is basically this here, you can even see here this white dot. That's like a monastery, and that's the tomb of Aaron. Aaron, the brother of Moses. So this is where his tomb actually lies. But the hike to there is like 2.5 hours one way. So I'm gonna skip on that. Walking further down, you also come across like a statue from a carved out line, which is right there. It looks kind of cool, so it's something you shouldn't miss definitely. But let's go backwards. So I finally made it to the bottom, and here there's like another really beautiful place. It's thought to be a garden, which is why it's also called the garden house. You can see here there's a little fountain here and the building itself. And probably they just have the trees and everything around here. You see also like some leftovers of some columns. It's actually quite a cool place. And also from here, when you turn around, you have like this beautiful view of the cliffside here. It's magnificent. So from the garden house, when you go further down, there's like a broken, I guess it's a temple here. And in the inside of the temple, you have like all those beautiful columns and this red marble, like marbled red kind of color thing. So beautiful. I haven't seen this before in Petra, so this is like one of those hidden places you really need to see. And on the other side, you have like the other temple, which I also saw from above the trail here. You also see there are like some statues carved in. You can still see a little bit of figures, which is also kind of nice. So you have like this temple here, there this garden house, and here the other temple with the columns. Really, you have to see this. And I made it down to the basin. So here you have the big temple again. And also when you walk down from the way again, you can actually see the great temple, you see the winged lion temple, the church and everything, which you haven't seen it because I haven't been there yet. But these will be some of the next things I'm gonna see, so stay tuned. And we made it to the temple of the winged lions. So this temple was one of the main temples of the city, and it was the temple of the Dune. At least I think it was of the Dune. It's not 100% sure, but like most likely it was the Dune. The Dune was the goddess of luck for the people here. And this temple here is called also Winged Lion Temple because the top of the columns had those winged lions on them, and I'm gonna show them you in a minute. What's also interesting to know, there are like those huge columns. So these columns, well, they were 13 meters high, and like you see one of them here, it's like going down here. And all the way down here you have the other part. Because of an earthquake in 353 AD, I think it was, they just fell off. Funny part is, you see all the small parts here on the columns. They are so small to actually protect them from the seismic activity so they wouldn't fall. But in the end it didn't rescue them, as you can see here. But they tried at least. So, and for the temple, so why it is called the Winged Lion Temple, it's because on the top of the columns you can see winged lions, and they're just down here. I'm just gonna go there now, so give me 1 second. So, because here, so there's the temple, and here they have like a small gallery with like columns and so on. So, and there's one column where you can see the top. Whoop. Right here. So, you can see here the wing, and these are like leftover parts of a lion. So that's why it's called the Winged Lion Temple, because of those columns with the winged lions on them. It's the only one I was able to find. I guess the others might be in a museum. So yeah, but just like as a fact to know of why it's called the way it's called. Also from here you have a beautiful view towards the Great Temple as well. So it's also nice to see that. And let's go to the church. And we are at the Byzantine church. So this church got also damaged by an earthquake and by a fire. And interestingly, what they found here, the church actually reused part of the winged temple. So they took the parts on the winged temple part and put them here in the church to build it. Also the church had a wooden roof, which doesn't exist anymore, but they found a lot of the iron nails that were used to make the roof. And while many of the parts of the church are completely gone or damaged, you can still see the mosaics here on the sides, like here and there. And those mosaics are really pretty. So like some of the mosaics, they show people that present the different seasons, one even like the ocean, one the earth and things like that. And you also see a lot of animals in the mosaics, like even some that are not even native to here, like even an elephant, for example. So it's really interesting to actually see those mosaics going here. Also, where I'm standing, like the middle floor, it's not the original one anymore. The original one was made out of marble, but people took the marble out and used it for some other buildings. You can still see some parts of the original floor down here, so you kind of like have an idea of how the original floor there looked like in the past. And of course the mosaic you see here is also still the original one, so it's just the middle floor here that has been ripped off, and they put new tiles here so people can actually walk here again. So, and from the church now I'm on the other side. So you have the church up there, you see the white roof that where I've been before. Now I'm on the other side again, and I'm above the Great Temple now. I'm just gonna walk this way here. It's not even on the map, but I saw it from the other side and I thought that let's go here because it's a nice view here. You can see the temples and everything from above. And yeah, I figured something more out from the Great Temple. So basically, nobody really knows what it was. So they think it was either like a civic center, so where people met and everything, or it was the royal audience hall, so where the kings and queens and so on would meet important people. Like you remember the theater that I saw there, this kind of thing? This might have been a place where they met, maybe, but it's still very unknown what it was used for. So these are just some suggestions about it. So far to that. Otherwise from here you have also a lovely view from towards the pool and the garden, which is there as well, right beside the temple. You can't really walk on there, but from here you can see it a little bit. So yeah, pool and garden area basically. I guess that's all you need to know about it. And I think you can even go like above the big theater. I'm gonna check it out. So I walked further up and now I'm like on the other side, like right behind me. You have like beautiful view of the royal tombs here, and there's so many of them. It's really nice to see. And well, the pathway kind of like stops here. But I'm trying to go to the theater. I'm not sure if it's possible. But still, even if not, this view is definitely worth going up. And I'm on the other side again. So I couldn't find a way to the theater at all. Like, I just couldn't, there was nothing. So if you know a way, please let me know. But here from the other side, I can show you what I mean. So, see the theater? And above here there is a line, which looks like a way. And I thought maybe you could walk this way up here. But I haven't found a way to do it so. But also you see some tombs up there. So there is a way. And I'm on my way back again. Whew, oh gosh, this is such a long way again and my feet are hurting again. Just want to go to bed. But anyway, so a few things you need to know. So you might have already seen it in the video. You can walk pretty much anywhere in Petra on any of the tombs and so on. It's quite possible, like nobody will stop you. There are 5 places you can't walk in. Like it's the treasury, the monastery, and the 2 temples. So the winged lion temple and I think the basin is the other one called, and the theater. So these are like the 5 places you can't really walk in. Otherwise, Petra is free to walk everywhere, but it's quite dangerous as well. So watch your step. And remember, it's a very ancient site and you see a lot of water corrosion, and therefore don't step on those antique stones and on places that look like you maybe shouldn't walk on. Simply because this place, if everybody walks on anything, it will get destroyed even faster. So please be a bit mindful of that. Also as well, what I see a lot of the people here, they don't really care about the Bedouins or try to avoid them and this kind of stuff. But what they don't know, those Bedouins, they live in the ruins here. So they're actually the local people who live in Petra and can tell you stuff. And also they're really nice. I mean, it is the livelihood to sell stuff. So they will try to sell you something, of course. But like what I figured out as well is, when you just sit down with them and have a talk and so on, they can tell you stories you wouldn't even believe. And they love to chit-chat with different people from different backgrounds, because of course they also want to learn about different cultures. So just take your time and get to know them. So, and also Petra is huge. There are a lot of hiking trails, there's a lot to see. And I see people rushing through in like one day, in a few hours, and think they saw Petra, but they haven't. Like even going up to the monastery and back takes several hours, like as you saw in the video. And that's just one of the ways. There's so many different hiking spots you actually go to. You need at least 2 days to get like some sort of idea, and 3 days to actually be able to like at least walk all of the hiking spots. But even then, there's so much to see. Like some people say even you need at least a week to kind of get to know Petra. So really don't rush through the city, get to know it, because you will be surprised of the places you will be able to see here. So, and also because of the hiking, get good hiking shoes. That's very important. I saw people here walking in flip-flops. One lady even had high heels on, which like, why you would go here with high heels? It doesn't make sense. Really take good hiking shoes with you. It's very important, because some of the hiking trails are also quite dangerous, and you will also be able to walk alongside the cliffs, and you know, one slip and you're basically dead. So therefore, get good hiking boots. Another thing to note is Food and drinks are provided in there. You have restaurants and everything. We also have toilets, so don't worry about that. The drinks, they are also reasonably priced, so between 1 and 3 dinars, which is not too bad. But the food is quite expensive in there. So like for a small plate of rice, I paid like 6 dinars, which is a lot of money just for a plate of rice. So maybe try to take your own food with you and some water, but with drinks you will be fine in there. So I hope you enjoyed the video about Petra. If so, hit the like button down below. Remember to subscribe and see you next video. Bye!